Good morning, everybody. It is actually the afternoon. Just finished up all my classes for the day. Gonna be doing a little bit of electrical work on the bike today. As you can see, I have the battery off. I took everything apart for the button panel because one, I'm gonna do some work on the kill switch. I'm also going to hook up the rest of these buttons, and I'll probably fill this in again so that way I can have all the wires running through here. So that way there's nothing sticking out of the side of the battery like how it is on that side. So we'll be fixing that. But the fun part for now involves this. So if we head over to the soldering station, you'll see this is what I'm working on. So I have a circuit diagram that I was working on. I was trying to understand how to best implement this kill switch, and the way I was doing it before was just not right. So now I have it set up where there's going to be the power circuit. So pretty much the positive power goes into the positive rail on the bottom, negative power goes into the negative rail on top, and then this switch here is what bridges the two. So you can kind of see that in this diagram here. So that's pretty much what's happening here. When I flip the switch, it will connect this positive, and it'll mean that we can have a positive on the green line connected to the negative line down there. We have the full 12 volt for something that might not want to be off. So in other words, I'll be able to hook up a USB to this, step it down, and then have a 5 volt circuit. So this will hopefully turn out pretty well. We'll see how it goes though. This is just version 1. I'm also going to be cutting down the wires on the buttons. You see, this is what it looks like, and then this is what they look like when you first get them. So a lot of extra wire. This white wire is actually one that I don't need. So you see I trimmed it real tiny. I'm going to put a little bit of electrical tape on top of that, and we should be good. Here's where we are so far. As you can see, we have our power going in. We have the main power switch, and then this button here will activate whatever accessory is connected here. And at the moment, I actually have a step down. So this is a little tiny buck converter, and I'll be able to set it to whatever output voltage I want. So you'll see, turn the battery on, nothing happens. And then we flip this switch, that turns on, showing me that there's power going through. Now I can activate the buck converter, and there you go. Now you see it's putting out yes, that's the output. The input is, there we go. 10.6, that's interesting. That's interesting. It should be 12, but it's not that big of a deal. Actually, battery's pretty low, so that makes sense. So there you go. We got our input. This is on and off. So now I'm gonna hook this up to a little USB, and then I'll be able to have a USB charging port somewhere on my bike. That'll be fantastic. Very happy with this, and just as a proof of it working, there you go. I am so happy with this. Very secure. I'm going to build a 3D printed case for this so that way nothing's laying down or bumping onto it. This thing is going to need its own case, and we'll probably end up making a new version of the faceplate sometime soon, but not yet. All right, so an update on where we are. As you can see, I have the button connections soldered onto here, and everything works great. I have these to the accessory, so this is the positive and negative to whatever accessory we're controlling. I have 4 of them set up right now. And you'll know I have 6 areas for a button, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it like that. I can't honestly think of 4, I mean more than 4 uses for a button. You know, headlight, tail light, high beam, and then some kind of accessory. And then I also want to have the 5-volt circuit on here. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that as soon as the battery is plugged in, that thing should probably be on, or at least as soon as, yeah, because we don't want the kill switch to turn off the Arduino. I don't know, I'm a little bit stuck when it comes to the 5-volt part, and that's not really that important right now. So for version 2, we are going to leave out the 5-volt for now. If I did add the 5-volt, actually, I would have it for a USB charger, just to have some kind of USB on there. However, I don't really use that very often. I don't see myself using that. I don't want to have, you know, this janky USB just dangling out of there. So I'm going to leave it out. Next step is to get it all in there and then hook it up to the accessories. And last part, coming back over to the power portion, I'm going to have to reroute this wire through here. So we'll do that. There we go. Now we got a hole for the wires to go through. This will go through here. There will be a separation just in case we ever want to unplug it. It'll make it a lot easier. And this part here will just be soldered on there. So I'll use some heat shrink, make sure everything is spick and span. So honestly, at this point, I'm just so tired. I want to leave, but got everything ready. Here's the button panel hooked up. All the wiring is on there to the accessories. So we have room for 4 things. Those things will go in here like so. There we go. Get that in there. Tuck that in. Easy peasy. All right, there we go. So now it's a lot cleaner in there. Still using these guys for now because I'm waiting on a different type of connector, a JST connector. The placement of the buttons I still haven't figured out. You know, I think I'm gonna go with only 4. You know, the more I think about it, I only want 4, and then I'll have another type of switch that'll activate the 5-volt circuit. Yeah, let's get this actually on the bike now. You'll see I have the wires routed through there. So it seems like I'm gonna have to screw that on there, come over here, hook up the 2 lights, and then screw it on there. And that's gonna be hard, so I'm gonna do that. Well, here we are. So this is how it works so far. We have the wires coming out of the bottom. All those wires, ideally in the future, will just be one big cable, but that's going to be hard because it's going to have to be an 8-wire cable as well as the main power line. So all of that goes through there, and then I'll be able to just slide that on top, and that's it. So there's just a little bit of rattling around in there, but it's only one plastic bit, so it's not bad. Or at least I know that it's not going to be a problem. Go. And that's it. I am extremely happy right now because now I don't have any strange wires hanging out. It's even better than that. Hold on. Let me get this set up and then I'll show you why. We got her on there, not locked in place. I gotta remember that. But now we can plug in the main battery. There we go. Next, we have the upper portion power. We still haven't come up with a name for this thing, so if you guys have an idea for a name, you know. Oh, there we go. That thing sparks. And here's all of our extra wiring. So I did end up creating more extra unnecessary cable than I would like to. However, in the end, what it comes out to be is, see the red light? That means that we are live, we have power. This should be the tail light if I wired it. Yes, that is correct. Tail light, headlight. This is, why does that one not work? Uh-oh, why does that one not work? I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't know why this one doesn't work. I'm gonna put yellow over there so I don't press it, just in case there's some kind of short on the other side, which would be terrible. I don't have time to check it, so that stays like that. I'm gonna put the main switch back on here, the metal part, and then we're gonna call it a day and get the hell out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got to learn a little bit about how you can be doing some 12-volt wiring on your own bike. But all in all, I'd say that I can't imagine somebody doing this if they didn't actually enjoy it, you know? If you didn't think that this was fun, I can't see this being something that you want to spend, good God, more than 3 hours on in one day. But I'm just an obsessive kind of person, so that's just how I am. I get completely hooked on it, and I can't stop until it's finished. That's how I was with Legos growing up. That's how I am now. Well, I'm calling it quits for today. Honestly, today was a lot of work. I took everything completely apart, put it back together, and did it better. So I feel good. Unfortunately, one of the buttons didn't work. I have no idea why, and I just don't have the time to open it back up again to see. So if there's a problem, like an actual problem, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for now, we made the wires slightly cleaner from the outside, not on the inside. And there is a little bit of a, I don't know if you can hear it, but it is clicking around in there, which is not making me very happy. But I just gotta hope for good weather tomorrow so I can ride in and take another crack at it. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Backup Mike. I'll see ya in the next video.